it's Hafsa Slayman and you're listening to Confessions of a Doctorholic. So, have you ever wondered why you have that itch? Why you have that sudden weird attraction towards someone? Well, I've got Dr. Love, aka the King of Hats, Mo, on air with me today, and we're going to talk all about this. Check it out!
Alright, this is a bit of an awkward topic. It's something that all of us struggle with. Some of us struggle more than others. For people that are like me, if you read romance novels, this is a line that really struck out to me. I'm not going to tell you what the book is.
I feel like you should tell them.
Okay, it's called Cruel Boys, Blossom High by Mina Thorne. I was about to tell him no, only because he was distractingly handsome. He was tall, well over 6 feet, with dark, tousled hair and deep green eyes. His face was classically gorgeous. He looked tanned and healthy, as if he'd spent the summer on the beach.
Ooh.
Now that, smoking.
It's steaming up in the room right now.
It's pretty warm in here, actually. Yeah, because of me. But hey.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Have you ever wondered why someone is so attracted to you? Why is it, Mo? Let's go.
All right. So there's actually a study that says the more symmetrical a person's face is, the more attractive you're actually going to find them. So that could be one reason we find people attractive, just the symmetricalness of their face.
Yeah, so another thing is that people sort of have an idea of what they want in a partner in terms of qualities. So some of the factors could be proximity, so how close you are to the person, how often you spend time with them, past experiences, and also biology, so like hormones that contributes to whether someone attracts you or not. So in terms of proximity, movie stars, have you noticed that sometimes they end up dating each other?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense though. If you're on a film, you're spending like 6 months in the same proximity of someone.
At least
6 months.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
For long, long hours.
And sometimes you take on a character, you're in an intimate position. So like, apparently after The Notebook, which I still haven't watched, surprisingly.
Samesies.
Anyway, Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling have actually started dating after that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a thing, and they've been on and off for 3 years during that period, so...
I mean, you can even see it in a smaller scale if you look at, say, just cohorts, like classes. How often do you have people in the same class end up dating who you would never expect to actually go for each other?
Yeah, it's just the small space.
You see them every day.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you know that the pair of jeans they wear looks extra good on them.
Oh, is that what happens?
You know, the hair looks extra great that one day.
Leg hair?
Oh, no, that's nasty. I mean, look, if you're into leg hair, Hafsa, you're into leg hair.
No thank you. But hey, and if we speak about evolution, apparently back in the day, if someone looked really healthy, really fertile, so if a woman had wider hips, then that could contribute to attraction. And as you mentioned, face symmetry, face structure, and hip-shoulder ratios can also add to that attraction.
So that's why everyone likes them women thick, with 2 C's.
Next, it's actually our environment. Sometimes, especially back in the day, partners might go for someone that's financially stable.
Did you also see that study about how women tend to seek older men who are more financially stable and can take care of them and their subsequent family, whereas men would tend to find the younger women of childbearing age is ideal in their partner?
Yeah, that was based on evolution, right?
Yeah.
That was quite interesting. Sometimes you go for people that share the good attributes that you see in your parents.
Oh, wow. Freud would love to hear that.
Who's that?
Freud. Have you ever heard the Oedipus complex?
No?
That when looking for a partner, male would tend to look for the same attributes in their partner as they would find in their mother. And then you tend to dislike the attributes you see in your father because your father, according to Freud, took away your first love, which is your mother. So effectively, all boys want to date their moms, is what he says.
I feel super disturbed by this, so we're just going to move on right now. So apparently, if a tall person has been nice to you while you were younger, then when you grow older, you could be attracted to taller guys. I've got a personal theory on this though.
I want to hear that.
Okay, so I am 5'4", so that's 163 centimeters. So as a short person, I feel like short girls are attracted to taller guys because you want to improve your gene pool. You want to get that average.
Oh, you want to get that tall offspring.
That's what my best friend told me. She married a guy that's really tall and she's the same height as me.
So why do you think tall guys are attracted to short girls?
Improve their gene pool as well. don't know. Let's ask a tall person next. There was a study on hormones in 2016, and it showed that men with higher testosterone levels are attracted to women with more feminine faces. So they described it as like feminine faces apparently are people with bigger eyes, higher eyebrows, and a smaller jaw, apparently. And in another study that was conducted in 2007 and published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, there were 238 college women in the study. They found out that at different points in their cycle, so while they're having their periods, they would be attracted to different types of men. So apparently mid-cycle, they'd be attracted to people who just want to fling. But during other points of the cycle, they actually want a person who would provide them with a long, stable, long-term relationship.
Oh, that's very interesting.
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Like, I've never spoken about this with my girlfriends, and I've never personally experienced this, so...
I mean, that's the topic you can bring up your next girls' night. When you want to fling. And when do you want a relationship?
Alright, guys. Next girls' night, here's a topic that Mo suggests for you.
Hafsa suggested, just make that clear. She brought it up.
I thought it was really interesting. Also, have you noticed that over time, what you're attracted to changes?
Definitely. But I think that's also because what you're exposed to. Because I know a lot of times when you go to a new environment and you see people you haven't really seen growing up, it's more interesting, it's more exciting to see this new type of face, new body structure. You want to see it, you want to experience it. That's why you end being more attracted to it. But then in the long term, after this initial excitement fades, you go back to what you're used to, what you normally would go for.
Fair. You know what I think? I feel like younger people, like people in their 20s, like sort of our age and stuff, they tend to play games.
Yeah, you want to experience everything. You want to taste everything in the shop.
Yeah, so like people play mind games sort of when they start dating. If a girl is going to go date someone or a guy's going to go date someone, usually they go like, oh no, like you can't text right after the first date.
Yep.
You've got to wait for 3 days. But I feel like older people, they just kind of cut through that.
Yeah, you get straight to the point. You tell them what you want. You're not compromising. You know yourself at that point.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're young, you're still figuring out. You don't know exactly what you want in a relationship. So you not want to go into it headstrong being like, I want X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
You're still open to try everything. But as you get older, you realize, no, ABC didn't work for me. I just want X.
And I feel like guys are more straightforward. Like, you know what? I want to go out on a date. I want to get married. Whatever. They just say it.
Yeah. And then you have the golden 3 rule, the rule of threes.
What's that?
Well, this is more bro science than actual science.
Bro science.
Bro science. This is a bro science lesson.
I feel privileged. I'm part of the bro club science. Bro science club.
But basically, the rule dictates that after 3 times of seeing someone, that's when the time for the talk of what are we comes into play. So you have 3 chances to figure out if you want to date this person, if it wants to be a casual thing, if you just want to, keep it to the late night aerobics, whatever it is. Are we exclusive?
I feel gypped because I thought it was the 4-time rule. Like I thought after 4 dates.
Bro science.
I like that.
We're giving
Bro
you
science.
med facts and bro facts.
And girl facts, if I know them. If I don't.
Girls can be bros. Everyone can be a bro.
Oh, true.
Bro is a gender neutral term.
Ooh, so you know that women find older men attractive? It's called something. It's called the George Clooney effect.
No way.
No, I'm not even joking. It's called the George Clooney effect.
Yo, that's actually wild.
Do you find George Clooney attractive?
Objective, yeah, he's an attractive man.
He's pretty attractive, hey.
But can you imagine being that attractive that they name an effect after you? That
Like a
is
Strong
madness.
McKenty effect.
That should be a new effect.
Yeah. But what would the effect be?
Um,
Rule of threes.
Rule of threes. That's it, bro science.
Bro science. We're changing it to the Mo effect.
The Mo effect, rule of
Yeah.
threes.
I like it. Ooh, because you know how with animals they're attracted to smell? So apparently humans are attracted to the smell of those with a different immune response to us.
Really?
I don't even know how that's possible, to be honest. I just read this. They think that could be a thing. You want to diversify the immune response of your offspring so that they can target different types of
pathogens,
viruses,
okay.
bacteria, and obviously you want a huge variety, right? And scientifically, our immune system does have a high rate of mutation so that you get different types of white blood cells like B cells and T cells and antibodies. So I find this really interesting.
So it's another evolutionary adaptation, basically.
Yeah, another thing, super interesting. So as you know, the media does shape our opinion.
Yeah,
In many different
definitely.
ways. You look at Victoria's Secret models and that's what you claim is the idea of beauty. right? So, apparently in 2014, there was a study conducted in El Salvador. 74% of that population has no access to internet.
That's wild.
Like-
That's 3/4.
Yeah, they don't have access to internet. So they looked at these people and they found out that women in those areas actually preferred more feminine men. Like, the idea in media is you like the guy with the ripped muscles and
The super type of
abs.
guy. Chris
and-
Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, good example.
Okay, let's calm down now.
Shane Paris. Nick Bateman. I'm just gonna throw names. Oh my god, I would die if they listened to the podcast. Maybe this wasn't a good idea.
So shoot your shot if they're listening. What are you gonna say to them?
I get really awkward and psychically. Maybe not the wisest idea. And the men preferred larger, more masculine women. That was because they didn't have access to the internet. So they just looked at what was around them and
That's what they found
liked.
attractive.
Yeah.
So, you know the saying, I like what I like?
Yeah.
Without media's influence, you like what you like. So there's also this talk now recently about love languages, how everyone loves differently in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So they say there's 5 main love languages, right?
Okay.
So you have words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical time. Basically, so words of affirmation, like people who appreciate you telling them things like, I love you, I appreciate you spending time with me.
Okay.
So those people will find that way more important in a relationship than, say, people who appreciate gifts, like receiving gifts. Because some people don't care for gifts at all.
Yeah.
But other people, if you don't give them a gift, that's like
You're in
end of-
trouble.
You're in trouble,
Yeah.
exactly. So saying that's another reason why there's this difference in who we like and who we're attracted to. If you speak the same love language as your partner, or you both are aware of each other's love languages, it can make your relationship much stronger. And it can also make your attraction to someone else much stronger if you have the same love language in the get-go.
Cool. Alright, so there's so many reasons why people are attracted to other people. According to evolution, there's something, past experiences,
There's something.
childhood, biology, there's just a mixture of things. So, on the bright side, at least not everyone's attracted to the same person. Imagine the disaster from that.
But everyone loves Tinashe though, so yo Tinashe, if you're listening, hit me up.